We're back into Sketchup, ready for part two. We're going to add a few of the extrusions and make it look more like a castle. Okay. Now, my word of advice, if you get in here and you can't find your project, you probably haven't saved it properly and you need to do it again. That's the hard answer. However, you will learn more from doing it a second time. And you'll also learn to save your files, which is a big problem, okay? Here I go, that's where I left it yesterday. You'll notice it's blue on that face and white on that face. That's my outside face. That's my inside face. And we're going to add some extrusion, some push-pull, SketchUp calls it. It's trying to be nice and easy and understandable and user-friendly. I'm going to triple click on anywhere in that area. And while I'm here, I'm going to right click and reverse, flip it over. So I've got the outside facing up and the bottom facing in. And I'll change those as we go. I'm going to use the tool called push pull and start adding some 3D-ness. Is that a word? 3D-ness to my drawing. Okay, so let's go through that again. I picked push pull. You could have maybe offset from yesterday. Just click on it, push pull, and then I want you to pick the areas you want to push pull, which we would call an extrusion. So, as like yesterday, click once and let go of the mouse point of the button. I usually move it in the direction I want to go. See how we've got no face there because we pulled it in. We want to pull it up. That's why I reversed it. I'm going to take that up 8 meters. I reckon 8 meters are good for a turret. Now, SketchUp makes life a lot easier. I could probably work on this turret and move it all the way around. Like I could copy it and do things like that. But I want to show you a really cool feature on SketchUp. If I click on that face there and come up here, all I have to do is move the pointer over to that edge and it'll do it the same height. Don't have to type it in. Means I can go really fast on SketchUp and get some really good designs. Okay, you can see how these 2 points have dragged up with it. I could leave them there for the time being. I'll do that. I'll delete as I go. I don't want to go more than 15 minutes for each of these tutorials. So let's work on these outer walls. Let's come up here. I'm only going to bring them up maybe 6.5. No, I want to go down a bit more. Maybe I'll go down a meter. So in the end, they've ended up 5.5. I think 5.5 is pretty good. Let's have a look where Helen is and have a look like a castle. Okay, it's pretty good. Now I'm going to start on one of the turrets over here maybe. I'll do a bit of cleanup before I go. I'll get rid of those lines. This one in here, move it around. Okay, nice and clean. Now I want to bring it out a little bit like that, then up, down. To do that, I could do it multiple ways, but I'll show you how I'm going to do it. Now I may have to hold down shift, pick all 4 edges. I might have to zoom in to do that. Okay, so I've got those 4 edges. Over here, I think we'll find it in move. We have a scale. So, that one there. And I'm going to scale those 4 edges. So drag it from... Oh, I skipped a step. I'm going to bring it up a bit more. Sorry about that. I'm going to come up here, but this time I'm going to press Control. Give me like an edge loop there, adding another part. I'm going to come up 0.9 maybe. And now I'm going to do what I said. Take that edge, and scale. Now see, it's only bringing out that part. I want it to scale evenly. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to bring it out like that, hold down the Control key, which will scale them all around the center point. And on this one, I'm not going to type it in, I'm just going to go to about 1.2 using the mouse and click. Nope, it's already done. There we go. Now, I'm going to use my offset tool again. Oops, Control Z. And bring it in 0.3. Then I'm going to bring it up 0.6. So I get something like that. Now, let's make the little battlements, I think they're called, around the outside. Doesn't matter which corner I start from. Start from here maybe. Let's start in the middle. Let's do it here. Now, if you look down the bottom, I've got 0.58 by 0.3. I know it's 0.3 wide, so that's the direction of my rectangle. I'm going to go 0.6, comma, 0.3, and draw that. Don't worry about that face there. And click once, bring it up, another 0.3. Yep, looks good. I want to break that brick and copy it all along, duplicate it. So I'm going to get my pencil tool. Going along the green, along the red. Yours may be a little different. I'm not worried about that. Okay. You may be making some modifications on the fly, but you're trying the same skills. Okay. Take that brick. I'm going to put it there, and then I'm going to divide it up evenly. So I'm going to go to... Don't worry about that. Wrong button. Wrong way. Here we go. Move. So I've got the move button selected. I'll select what I want to move. I'm going to move that whole brick there. Move from this corner here. I want to duplicate it, so I have to press Control. I'm going to move it over here. In the meantime, what do you think? We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go to that corner. Now watch what I type in. Divide by 5. There you go. There's my start of what's really making it look like a castle. Okay. I want all 5 of those. And I'll do it a couple of different ways as I go, okay? Here's the most basic way I know. Move, Control, duplicate it over there. And why don't I go to my views, turn on my orthographic, come along here and take all of them. And I might hold down the shift button, get rid of that face, that edge, these. Doesn't really matter, I could duplicate them, but it's messy. Okay, so I've got my bricks on either side selected. This time I'm going to use, instead of move, I'm going to rotate them. And I want to find the center. Let's see if I can do it without drawing a line. So this can be a bit hard. I'll try to get out of there. Okay, first of all, I don't know if we've used the rotate tool. Under move, there's rotate. If I move my little protractor about, you'll see it go different colors. See, when it was on the edge, it was black. Then it's aligned to the red axis, green axis, and blue. I'm going to rotate along the blue. Now, Sketchup's trying to make your life easy. So if you go slowly along here, I've got these selected. I'm on the blue axis. That's how I want to rotate them around. And then I'll just slowly bring it out along there. If I hold down shift, it'll lock it in there, and then I could come and find maybe the center over here. What about here? It should be right there. Have a look. So that compass is now in the middle. Now it wants a angle. Doesn't matter where I really go, but I want to keep it aligned. One of those blue or green is useful. Okay. Now I'm going to rotate it around, but I'm going to press Control and type in 90. There you go. Done. Pause the video, give it a go, and then come back. Before I go any further, I'm going to try to keep my drawing nice and clean. So I'm going to go through and delete some of these lines now. Oh no. If a face disappears when I'm doing it, I'll show you how to put it back. And if one doesn't, I'll make one disappear. So at this stage, you can look for any mistakes or things you need to fix. Aha! I can see a face missing over here. Perfect. Okay, so as you can see here, we've accidentally deleted that line there. So I'm going to put it back with the pencil tool. Click on that intersection, and it all looks good. Go back to perspective. Yep, looking like a castle. Now I could do each one over here. In fact, that'd be good practice for you, and not a bad thing to do, or I could show you an easy method. Okay, I'm going to move it to that direction so I can drag a box around there. So I've got that all selected, and then I'm going to go to, I keep losing track of where buttons are on this new interface. Okay, so like that, drag a box, all selected, move, going to move it from that corner there, press Control, come to that corner there, and now while holding down Shift, and select that one, and I'm going to move them again, both together. Control, over there, looking like a castle. Okay, let's do this one here. Now I did a divide. Yeah, we'll do the same thing. But this time I'm going to show you another way to do it. I'm not going to be too particular about the gap because I didn't measure that there. I could, but I didn't, and I don't really know what the gap is in between. But I want them to look pretty similar with the same spacing. This time we're going to start at the center, move out, and then move across. Okay. I'm going to take my rectangle tool. I'm going to come over to this face here, but well, I'll do it like maybe you did it in Year 7. Okay, I'll draw my rectangle there. I haven't drawn it on the middle. Okay, I haven't locked it into the middle. I've just drawn it over here. And I'm going to type in 0.6, 0.3. If you're working on one of these other sides, it may be 0.3 by 0.6. I'm going to make the brick the same. 0.3. And, oops. Intersection to intersection. I'm just showing you an alternative method, okay? Not particularly what I would do, but I just want you to learn the layout of the tools and the potential. It's selected, midpoint, drag it along. I don't want to duplicate until it finds the center, if I can. What I'm going to do is hold down the shift and come over here and find the center over here. There we go. So that was easier. I should be able to find the center here. But anyway, it's not letting me. So I'm going to hold down a shift, keeps it on that red axis, and move it over here and use that wall to line it up. There we go. Dead center. Now we'll use the old divide trick. From that corner there, press Control, come over here, and this is where I have to take a bit of a guess. How about 14? Divide by 14. Ooh, gap's a bit tight, I reckon. So I'm going to Control Z. Select, move, press Control, over to that corner, and I'm going to divide by 12. I like that better. And let's go the other way. I could copy all these and drag them across there, or I could do exactly what I've been doing, which is good practice for you. Select that brick, move it from that corner, press Control, over to this corner, and then say divide, which is / by 12. While I'm here, delete those two lines, maybe even that line up there. Oh, it's over here too, obviously, because I copied it. Okay, now we're going to take all these bricks and move them around. Now we did a little bit of a rotate over here, but this time I'm going to rotate it 1, 2, 3, and I might even, before I start, I'll set it up so I can find the center. Actually, diagonal's no good for me. I'm going to make a line from the middle point to the midpoint over there, and that's going to be my axis there, the midpoint of that line. So let's come down here, drag a box around all those bricks, pick our rotate, come here, find the middle point again, maybe I'll go this direction this time, press Control and type in 90, and then I'm going to go, instead of divide, I'm going to type in 3 times. There we go. So I just duplicated it at 90 degrees from there to there, and then went do it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And I might even leave that cross. It might come in very handy for when I start my keep right in the middle. Okay, let's make sure we've got our save properly. I'm going to go to that view there, bring this in, no, why not? Okay, so I'm going to go save. Done, saved, castle, and ready for part 3. Get that done and upload a picture, a screenshot, okay? So we're going to do a screenshot each tutorial. Good luck.